Tuesday, and you're here listening to Everyone Sucks Here with Sam, Sushie, and AJ.
And blazing R&B hits.
Here on
Fucking hate everything.
Z105.6, The Trash.
The trash. The trash.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Radio ESH. Yeah, we need like a horn.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
Oh God, not the horn. Why is the horn like the classic like radio thing?
I had no
Yes,
idea.
it is. I don't know.
So the comment was from Sammy, and just says, "Fuck." I still ironically say blazing hip hop and R&B. Goddamn, that's a blast in the past.
Sammy knows what's up. Blazing hip hop and R&B. DJ Clue.
Clue?
God.
God.
To the storm. See, only Sammy knows what I'm talking about, but it's okay. We're vibing together
Is
right
that
now.
is that like a North New York thing?
Yeah, like Jersey, Connecticut, New York.
The dream
The dream?
of being underwater.
God. Everybody up there is underwater right now.
So Sam was gonna say something before we started.
Yeah. So we were talking about like the conspiracy theories and like freaking out, existential dread, and the Barren Trench is really what got me because you wouldn't stop screaming the Barren Trench. But it so I don't even remember. Oh, I know how I got on this. So we've been browsing through like Ask Reddit and stuff like that, and I wasn't even on Reddit. I saw an article and it was talking about like scuba divers and like the craziest things that they've found while scuba diving and stuff like that. And so, I was reading through that, but then like I essentially entered the rabbit hole is what happened because I got drawn from an article outside of Reddit to Reddit. And then I went through the fucking comments in Reddit. And then I got to like 40 different fucking like news subreddits. And all of them led me to everything that's terrible with the ocean in the sense of like, here's this a phobia and here's that a phobia. And I was like, here, let me just go ahead and fucking like look at that stuff, knowing that I have a fear of drowning, knowing that I hate open water and hate the ocean, knowing all of this, I still went into these subreddits where I can't remember what the whatever phobia was, but essentially it was here's stuff that's underwater that shouldn't be underwater.
Man-made things underwater.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So now every time I go on Reddit, I get all these notifications. Even though I did not join the board, they're like, you spent like 4 hours on this fucking board and you didn't join it. So we're just going to send you what the top fucking like posts are right now. And I'm like, thanks. Yeah. Thanks a lot. This is fantastic. I love this. I love this. Like one of my biggest fears, and this started as a kid, I know, and I don't know why. One of my biggest fears is being in a car underwater. That's one of my biggest fears. And I don't know where it came from, but if you have seen a horror movie, if you've seen an action movie, there's always somebody in a car underwater. Yeah. And I literally can't handle it. Like, I can't handle that. I have to look away because I can't fucking think about it. I have like researched so much information about how to fucking leave your vehicle if it goes under the water. Like I'm essentially an expert at this point.
I think it's fascinating that like there's so many situations where like you should actually probably know how to get out of your car if it's underwater because you think,
I agree. I think it's good that you know that.
Like you think that like you like even take the current instance in New York and Philadelphia going on right now, right? Like there are cars that are literally underwater right now. Like there are people that are like, depending on where they're at, they're completely underwater. It would be good to know how to get out if you're submerged.
Yeah.
Just in case. I mean, you drive over bridges and shit. You never know what's gonna happen. I mean, like, remember the fucking, what was that? The bridge that collapsed over Ohio and West Virginia, the whole Mothman Prophecies bridge. Oh,
yeah.
You have no idea when you're just going to suddenly be in some water in a car. So, like, it's a good thing to know that, like, the pressure is too great. You're not going to be able to open your door and all that, and you have to kick out your window and, yeah.
They actually make these tools where that you can keep in your car, obviously, because that's when you're going to need it, where it helps you to break your window if it's underwater. So you essentially because of the pressure of the water on your car, and I hate this part, you want to wait until the car is submerged.
Yeah.
So that you can either just open your door, or if you have to break your window, they have a tool that you can get, and you basically point it at the window and you push a little bit and it breaks the whole window so that you can like get out of your car.
Yeah, it's not even like waiting for the car to be submerged, you're waiting for the car to be filled. You have to wait for the car to be filled, because if it's just submerged, then
right. You could just like open the door. So it's like the pressure difference.
Yeah, 'cause, like if your car is not full and you shatter the window, all the glass is coming in at you. It's just
that also, and then also the force. You're not gonna be able to get out.
Yeah, exactly. At that point, so it's like just wait for it to fill up and then open it up and swim into freedom.
Let me tell you, my like one of my first fucking idiot exes took me to see what was it called? It starts with a P. I forgot the movie. It's the one where the boat flips upside down and sinks to the bottom of the fucking ocean.
Titanic.
Not Titanic.
Poseidon?
But was it Poseidon?
Maybe.
I think it was Poseidon. Yeah. I cried during the whole fucking movie. I cried the whole time because I was so distraught. Not that anything was happening to them, but just the fact that I could not fucking function. Like,
yeah,
I couldn't handle it. I hated it the whole fucking time.
Hey, no, you had that fear and took you to see that movie anyway?
Yep.
That's not.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You know, going back to
not a big fan.
what you were saying about the whole like things in the bottom of the sea and all that stuff. We used to have this book, me and my sister, that was actually like a shark book, and it talked, and this is like back in the 90s, and it talked about like some of the most fascinating things people have found inside of sharks.
Oh.
Inside of sharks?
Inside of sharks. And they found like, there was shit like where they found a suit of armor inside of a shark. They found like a drum set inside of a shark.
What the fuck?
Like they found, there's all sorts of weird shit. You should, like, if you're ever interested in that, look up some of the weirdest things that people have found inside of sharks. And that shit is fucking fascinating. Like there's just some weird fucking shit that sharks are just swallowed and they can't digest, so they just have it with them forever.
What would make them swallow it though?
Fucking knows. Like it's just,
I mean, the suit of armor kind of makes sense.
I mean, but like how long does a shark live for? You know, like at the same time.
True.
So like it's not like, so how did, you know, like
maybe it was a larper.
Yeah.
Then they had it coming.
Then they had it coming.
So, that's all I have to say about that.
Well, we should probably get into our stories here. We've got some good ones.
Yeah.
And do you want to go first or want me to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Do. There we go. Okay. I haven't read this one. I just read the title. So we're all experiencing this together. Am I the asshole for bringing my girlfriend on a date to my daughter's workplace?
Huh.
I, 51 male, have been dating my girlfriend Millie for just over 6 months. My wife died 4 years ago, and this is my longest relationship since. However, my daughter, Bianca, 21 female, disapproves. She has a lot of issues with me and Millie, but the main ones are the way we met, through a website, and that I moved Millie into our house fairly quickly after 3 months. In my defense, losing my wife much earlier than I had ever imagined really taught me to seize and enjoy each moment, and it just felt right to both of us to have Millie there with me permanently. 2 months ago, Bianca and Millie got in a dispute over our spare room, which Bianca uses as a music space, but Millie wanted to convert into a shooting space for social media, which is her job. I took Millie's side since she's going to be here longer term, so Bianca sped up her plans to move out to the next week and asked that I warn her if Millie's going to be present at any event or visit. Anyway, last week I thought it would be nice to treat Millie for her birthday, and she asked for a shopping trip and dinner out, which I was happy to do. The issue is she specifically asked to go to a restaurant where Bianca works as a waitress, since it's known as one of the most exclusive and classy places in our town. I knew Bianca was working that day, but figured it would be all right since it's a large restaurant and a special occasion. When we arrived, we were given another server, so I thought everything was okay. About 15 minutes later, Bianca walked out from the kitchen and immediately saw us sitting there, then walked straight back without even saying hi. She kept passing the table and silently glaring daggers at Millie, which was just unnecessary when Millie tried to be polite. Millie then asked Bianca for the bill because she was the nearest waitress, and Bianca slapped it down on the table wordlessly, then sent another waitress to see us out. Later, I called her and asked why she had behaved like a child. Bianca said that me and Millie had been deliberately flirting to upset her, which is untrue. The most that happened was a couple of kisses and a bit of footsie giggling. Bianca also claims that when I briefly left to use the toilet, Millie called her over and told her not to contact me for the next few days as we would be too busy engaging in private activities. I find it hard to believe Bianca because Millie has made an effort to bond with her through organizing girly activities, among other things, when Bianca has a history of manipulating others to get her way. Bianca then told me she wants no contact with Millie or me apart from at family gatherings. My family is split over the issue, and my ex-wife's sister called to cuss me out for neglecting Bianca, who is still grieving her mother. Am I the asshole? I understand that Bianca and Millie have their issues, and Bianca misses her mother, but Bianca was at work, and I think she should have been more professional.
I saw these. I'm really curious what these are going to be.
Okay.
I feel like I still need more information, I guess. It just, because I right now it just seems very, there doesn't seem to be much substance is what I'm getting at. Like, I have no real opinion on it because I guess, like, it just seems like the daughter doesn't like her based off of what we're seeing. And it's like, well, you're 21 and at this point, who the fuck cares? And
right. I agree with you, AJ. I feel like I need more information. Is it that he's dating at all that's bothering her? Is there a real reason she doesn't like this woman?
It's been 4 years too. It's like he like jumped right onto a fucking other woman.
Yeah, 4 years is a long is a definite grieving period. I think that's acceptable. I don't know. I think it's weird that what's her face wanted to specifically go to that restaurant. I think that's weird. But
I will say one thing that also threw me off a little bit is how she apparently was judging her dad about her meeting her on a website. Because I'm like,
why is that bad?
Time now? Like,
so now that I'm thinking about it, if his wife died 4 years ago, that would make Bianca roughly 16, 17 when she lost her mom.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing when you're a teenager to lose a parent. So I hate to say it, but 4 years is not a lot of time when you lose a parent at that young of an age.
It's not a lot of time.
Absolutely no.
Okay, here's the thing. It's not.
But
it's not a lot of time for her, but at the same time, it sounds like an asshole thing to say, but it doesn't matter. It's him getting over it that matters. So, like, she needs to get over it. She does too. But when it comes to his relationship,
the father's girlfriend trying to take the mother's spot. Because if she's not, then it's really I don't know.
So for him, I can see how he has a good point. You do have to like grab life by the balls. You have to seize every moment that you can. He's 51 now. He lost his wife 4 years ago. That's understandable. As a teenager, you don't get that. You don't understand that yet.
I get that, but she's also a teenager. She's 21.
Well, now, yeah.
But so I'm saying, like, if he had done this when she was a teenager, that would have made sense. But she is a 21-year-old woman now.
Okay.
But also the fact that, like, again, when he starts dating, it isn't up to her no matter what. It's up to him and his comfortability.
I think she's
fucking 21.
I think she was most upset about the fact that they'd only known each other for 6 months and already moved in.
It's still none of her fucking business, though.
Oh, how old is the girlfriend?
Don't know
we
yet.
Don't know yet. So that's why I'm saying I still want more information.
Don't know yet.
But
okay, so
I have a feeling
maybe the girlfriend's too young, and then
I got a feeling. I wonder why your girlfriend's age is the only one you didn't put in, and the fact that she needs a shooting room for social media. Millie is not the same age as Bianca. She's in her late 20s, and it's not really an issue here.
Oh. Okay, that's what the issue is.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody pointed out, you're the asshole, but I'm curious. Why do you call your deceased wife ex-wife instead of late wife? Were you divorced or divorcing when she passed away? Is Bianca grieving a mother while you had already moved on from someone you no longer considered a spouse? I probably should have phrased that better, but I wasn't sure how else to refer to my former sister-in-law. My and my deceased wife were still very much together at the time of her death. I loved her very much, and I'm still healing from her loss. Still healing? Maybe better you spend time healing with your daughter than a 20-something play toy. Oh. Let's see. I did not kick Bianca out, and I would never do that. She always has a room at my house, but since she was planning on moving out soonish anyway, I didn't think a second room was strictly necessary.
You didn't kick her out, but you named her Bianca. That's bad enough.
Since everyone's going to keep asking, Millie just turned 28. She is not a child bride by any means. She's a full-grown woman who knew exactly what kind of arrangement she was getting into when we met. So she's only 7 years older than his daughter?
Yeah.
7 years older. Oh. Let's see. They were not in a relationship, and I didn't mean to imply they were. I was trying to find a nicer way of saying they were sleeping around. They were dating. You're dating your daughter's ex. No, they were having occasional sex. Wait a minute.
You can't laugh your way through it. They were what?
They were having occasional casual sex is what a comment was.
Stop talking through it.
Bianca has entered the chat. Okay. Hey everyone, this is Bianca talking. After I saw the Twitter thread made with Dad's post and my roommate encouraged me to make an account to at least try to defend myself, I hope at least some of you hear me out. And thank you to the very kind Twitter peeps who are looking out for me. Appreciate it, guys. And I'm fine. What my dad says has grains of truth, but is so far from the full story, it's basically bullshit. My mom did die when I was 17, and me and Dad were actually very close. He started dating again a couple years after she died, and I was always very supportive until Millie came along. Regardless of what Dad says, me and Millie had an emotional relationship lasting several months, which ended in a massive bust-up and us losing contact, and he was aware of this when I told him I recognized her. He brushed it aside and told me I would get used to it and we would be introduced gradually. I was stupid and believed his shit. He moved her into his house without asking me while I was visiting Mom's family for the week. She did not try to bond with me. She used our shopping days and trips as an excuse to get money off Dad for herself. She cried and begged Dad until he got rid of my music room and he fell for it. I asked them not to be intimate when I was around because I was uncomfortable. They ignored me. Millie and Dad have since tried to contact me regularly and have shown up in unexpected places. They showed up at my church. They have apparently visited my work and asked my friends if I'm there. They've even tried messaging me to ask when I'm visiting Mom's grave and I want them to join, and if I want them to join. They are despicable people who deserve to be cut off. I would love to hear Dad's explanation of why I'm the manipulative one. Until then, thank you so much to everyone looking out for me again, and just don't believe any of the crap in this thread, other than the shit about liking younger women. That's probably true.
Holy shit.
That changes things.
You ever just bury the entire lead? You ever just, am I the asshole for this fabricated story? And
Right.
Someone said hashtag Team Millie.
Wow.
Damn. So I would say
I just
yes.
can't tell why my daughter's so upset.
I would say yes, he is the asshole here.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
This story's completely different now.
Yeah. It's
The horse
amazing
with a
what
different color.
It's amazing what a couple of key details can do for you.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's just one of those things where, it shows, when Sam first read this, it felt off. It felt like there wasn't enough information, So
But it was purposely that way.
So and
we
then
were like,
lo and
I don't see
behold,
what the problem is.
lo and behold, there was not enough information. So,
But here's the thing, too, and then when I was reading it, I was like, why isn't he giving us Millie's, age? Why wouldn't he do that? Obviously, she's younger. Obviously, because you don't want to give us that information outright.
come on, dude, 28 and 51. Come on. Come on. Well, guess we'll move on to my stories. So I have both the confessions and an Am I the Asshole, but I'm gonna save my confessions for later, because I feel it's more of a feel good kind of thing.
Okay.
So I did go for an Am I the Asshole only because, truth be told, I had to rush to get the story, so I just quickly grabbed something because sometimes you forget that it's Thursday coming up, and then whoops, you got to record, so you better find your story fast. So,
What are you talking about? It's Wednesday.
yeah.
It's Wednesday today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a nice, short, and sweet and simple one here. Let me pull this over here. Am I the asshole for taking an item out of a cart that my son was pushing at Target while he was working there? I love the wording of people who just, they try to like change the story's meaning.
In the headline.
Yesterday, I went to Target to buy some clothes for myself. There was one item that I was looking for, but could not find. Since my 18-year-old son works there, I figured it would be okay to look in one of the back rooms that was open. That's not how that works.
Oh my
That is not how that
God.
works. Incidentally, I ran into him while I was there. He was pushing a cart that happened to have the item I was looking for, so I went ahead and grabbed it. But when he saw me, he yelled at me and demanded that I put it back and get out of the back room. I refused because he wasn't there to shop, and these are items for people who shop there. Imagine. He then started to throw a giant tantrum, saying that it was for some order. I asked him who it was for, and he couldn't tell me. He ended up calling over a supervisor, and after some more arguing, I eventually got kicked out of the store because I wanted to buy an item. He is currently not willing to speak with me anymore. Or right now. Am I the asshole?
Yes.
So, here's the thing. I feel like
This isn't the first time you've done some bullshit like this.
I feel like it's either not the first time they've done some bullshit like this. I also am leaning towards this being a giant bait.
Yeah.
But I picked it anyway.
Yeah.
Only because I have fucking seen, especially in today's world, people who do get this weird fucking mindset of like, my son works here, I can go in the back. Like that, you don't work here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
If it's in the back, there's multiple reasons why it could still be in the back and not on the floor. Some things aren't allowed to be sold. Sometimes there's product launches. In this case, it was someone else's order.
Yeah, like imagine the audacity to be like, who is it for? Well, it's none of your fucking business.
It's none of your business. It's already been paid for. Fuck off.
Imagine.
Yeah, they unanimously got destroyed by Twitter by Reddit as the asshole here. I looked to see if they had any other comments, and fortunately, there's nothing really that good. It's usually when there's nothing good is also when it's like they know they're the asshole.
You're the asshole,
yeah,
and no one knows what to say to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, there's a lot of comments, but I'm saying they didn't have any more comments. Like they didn't double down really. Like, which I was looking to see if they doubled down.
Their verdict.
But I just want to see people get hurt by Reddit.
No, it's our favorite. I know, but sometimes it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. Well, that was
people think they're about that life and they're not. You know.
Yeah. Like I said, I was keeping that one short and sweet, but my confessions one's pretty good. I think you guys will like it. But before we get to that, we do have
Layers of deception.
Layers of deception. My favorite part of the week. Layers of deception is where I try to trick my friends. I pick a real headline that definitely happened on the internet and then a fake one. And they have to decipher which one's real and which one's a lie. All right, here are the two headlines. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Parents must pay $30,441 for getting rid of son's porn cash.
Wait,
what's up? Oh,
the cash.
I thought you meant cash like money. Like
Yeah.
porn, like,
Cash, like their whole collection.
This is my porn savings account.
yeah.
I opened it up 10 years ago.
It's a high yield savings account.
It's a high yield porn account. God.
I got me an ING. Let's go. All right, here's the second headline. New Texas abortion laws offer $10,000 to private citizens for names of anyone they heard was a slut.
I mean, that's basically true.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do. I'm not trying to get
I think they're both true.
What?
I think they're both
The first
true.
one's true.
I think they're both
First one's true?
Yeah.
The porn.
The porn's true.
I think they're
The
both
porn
true.
stash is true.
Yeah.
The porn stash is true, and let's get into it. Grand Haven, Michigan, a judge has ordered a Western Michigan couple to pay $30,441 to their son for getting rid of his pornography collection. U.S. District Judge Paul Maloney's decision this week came 8 months after David Working, 43, won a lawsuit against his parents.
43?
The math be mathin', Sam. He said they had no right to throw out his collection of films, magazines, and other items. Working had lived in their Grand Haven home for 10 months after a divorce before moving to Muncie, Indiana. The judge followed the value set by an expert. MLive.com reported a porn expert. Working's parents also must pay $14,500 to their son's attorney. After moving to Indiana, Working learned that his possessions were missing. Frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all this stuff, his dad said in an email.
Frankly, son whose grown ass is in my house because he got a divorce and is moving on and it's not as bad as I thought it was. I'm just going to get rid of your stuff.
Your stuff.
For you. It's not my stuff. I'll get rid of your stuff.
Okay, yeah. It's his stuff and it's not hurting, unless it is hurting anyone, but as long as it's not hurting anyone, like, I don't care, whatever. But how much porn you got?
That's a lot.
$30,000 worth of porn?
It's probably less the quantity and maybe, like, the actual collectibles.
Yeah,
like, if he's got, like, you know, like good Playboys and good condition kind of stuff,
Okay,
you know?
okay, I can
But
see
it did
that.
say
Like
films
some
and
vintage,
stuff. Yeah, like if he's got like
vintage cooch.
yeah, if
you know?
he's got like vintage
Okay.
stuff that you can't like actually get anywhere, because it did say like films and stuff like that is,
Yeah.
you know, they have porn experts. They have porn fucking like
He pulls out the
analysts.
fucking projector and pulls puts a
Now I
reel.
just want to become a porn expert.
Me too.
You got a real film of just like fucking ancient porn. Ancient porn.
Not the ancient porn. Silent film porn.
That like etched on a stone.
It doesn't matter what it is. Don't get rid of other people's stuff, man.
Yeah, don't touch my shit.
Don't touch my shit.
I can agree with that. Don't touch my shit, man.
Don't touch
So-
my shit.
Well, who do you think's got the better ender? Is yours a good ender?
You have a better ender. Mine's just short and sweet.
Okay.
All right. Mine's from relationships, which I don't know why. And apparently neither did anybody else. It's from relationship advice. Guy asked for help with taxes. I don't know anything about taxes. Guy recently asked me for help with taxes and to file taxes from like 4 years ago. I tried to help him, but I don't know a thing about taxes. That's not really what I do, so I couldn't send him in the right direction. I'm just someone who likes to be healthy and receive physical pleasure, and my job is not relevant to the discussion. So if he was sending someone over for me to take care of sexually while he was busy, then I could help, depending on the client. Maybe even possibly date them. In terms of helping with taxes, completely out of left field. Not something I know how to do. How do I send him in the correct direction? Because the entire conversation threw me off.
What?
I feel like prostitutes should know how to do taxes though, because
Gotta do their own. Well, I guess well, it depends on where you are.
I mean, you still gotta pay the government.
I just love that this is in relationship advice, and it.
I
And literally everybody was like, "What? What?
Everyone had my reaction. What?
What? Me? What? What happened?
yeah.
What is the context here? Who's asking you for fucking taxes?"
I just what was the point in being like, I mean, I like sucking dick, but I don't know how to do taxes. Like, what was even the point of like throwing that out there when you could just be like, I literally don't know how to do taxes, dude. Like
Maybe it was like a passing thought, you know?
I guess just one of those people who doesn't know how to like not say everything that comes to mind. So
Maybe.
they just say everything.
Okay. So, if you've seen the TikTok, an actor made a silly song saying that he tells people he's an accountant to avoid uncomfortable questions, and sex workers started to adapt it. So OP probably said somewhere she's an accountant, wink, wink. And
that's
this part,
the code word on TikTok. Yeah.
and this person thought she was an accountant.
Okay, yeah. So if anyone who's listening doesn't know, you kind of have to say that you're an accountant on certain social medias because it gets flagged and removed. Or so there's that, right? So you just say you're an accountant. That's like the code word for you're a stripper or something.
Yeah.
But also when people ask you what you are, it's easier to just say that you are an accountant because no one asks any more questions.
Yeah.
That's the most boring thing to hear.
The most boring fucking job and no one gives a shit, right? So it's like, oh, what do you do? I see you walking around with stacks of cash. I'm an accountant.
I'm not
And
gonna
they go,
lie.
"Oh."
I may start doing that.
I mean,
Being
then
an
you're gonna get the wrong. Then you're gonna get the wrong crowd though, because they're gonna think that you're talking code word accountant, and then suddenly you just fucking end up with a whole new brand of incel followers. I don't fucking know.
I mean, if they got money, fuck it.
They ain't got money. They're incels.
If you want to become an accountant, I am here to be right by your side, okay? I support you.
Sushi gets it.
And if you want to be an accountant, be an accountant. Because I'm a fucking real one, all right?
I just saw the headline for this and I can't.
So mine's a confessions.
I've never seen that before.
And, it says, I stole a signed Papa Roach CD from a charity shop I was volunteering at.
Wait, I'm sorry, pause. Before you read it, I have to confess, I've seen Papa Roach on accident. Live.
What do you mean accident?
Okay.
I tear my heart open.
No, that's not Papa Roach.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing too much. That's when they got real poppy, though.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
skies
okay. I guess
remind me.
I was no longer in the Papa Roach circuits
Yeah.
at that point in my life. So when I was a wee lad, I saw
You were part of the cut my life into pizzas. Pizzas?
Into pizza. Cut knife into pizza.
This is the last resort.
Yes. Because I'm old. So they were on the Up and Smoke tour, I believe, which I've seen twice when I was young. And they happened to be there. I didn't buy the ticket because Papa Roach was there. But it's just something I have to confess. I have to let the whole internet know that I'm embarrassed as shit that I've seen Papa Roach live.
Okay,
Go
so
on with your story.
since
I'm sorry.
Since we're doing a confession here, I too will do a confession.
Okay.
In regards to somebody I've seen live.
Okay.
When I was a teenager, I don't remember how old, my sister took me to a Trapped concert.
Oh no.
Which is, I believe, might have been my first concert, actually. So, which is even more funny when you think about like Trapped nowadays and the fucking them losing their fucking minds on Twitter. So one of the first concerts I ever saw was Trapped. And just to top it all off, I caught the drumstick that was thrown out into the crowd.
Oh no.
So somewhere,
It's 'cause you were the
probably
tallest
at my
one
dad's
there.
house, I've got a Trapped drumstick.
Yeah.
Still have this thing?
It's probably at my dad's
Somewhere.
house somewhere, yeah.
Okay. My first concert was Dashboard Confessional.
Oh my God. Is that the Your Hair is Everywhere one?
Your hair is everywhere.
It could have been worse. It could have been like Billy Ray Cyrus or something.
Wow.
Me and Billy.
Me and Billy.
Wait, didn't Dashboard also do the Vindicated?
That's
I was
from-
selfish. I was wrong.
That was Spider-Man, yeah. That was first Spider-Man.
No, his first Spider-Man was Chad Kroeger. It was the hero. Because like
Vindicated was
my God.
another one.
It wasn't from. Yeah, it wasn't Nickelback. It was just Chad Kroeger. But yeah, he did that. And they say that a hero can save us. They made that song unnecessarily like fucking emotional and epic, and then you remember it's fucking. You remember the antagonist is Willem Dafoe. Okay, Spider-Man 2 doesn't count.
Okay, but it was still fucking Spider-Man. Oh my fucking God.
I didn't know that was in there. Now I have to rewatch Spider-Man 2. Okay, I guess I'll get to my actual confession.
Sorry about this brief interlude.
I stole a signed Papa Roach CD from a charity shop when I was volunteering at. Here's the worst part about this, right? The year was 2014. You're already too far. You're already too far.
Huh?
For like if it's 2014, it would be like one thing if like the year is 2004 or 2005. You know, you're like the year is 2005.
Like a hot item. You're like I fucking love Papa Roach.
Yeah, but It's 2014. I had to do volunteer work as part of the Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Badge. I didn't get it anyway. I don't know what that is. I got a volunteer job in a little charity shop in one of the back streets in my town. One random Saturday, I was working in the back sorting through the bags of stuff when I came across the Papa Roach CD Infestation, which I believe is the one that actually has the cut my life into pieces.
Yeah.
So it's got the Sushie song on there.
My God, don't call it that.
Upon further inspection, I realized it was signed. My little emo heart was dancing. Papa Roach is not emo. Why? This has been popping up a lot on TikTok,
like new metal, right?
Yeah, they were like new metal. Yeah, this has been popping up a lot on TikTok where people are like, tell me all about your emo phase. And they'll be like, yeah, I was really into Papa Roach and Linkin Park.
Yellow Card.
Yellow Card.
Fuck out of here.
Yellow Card and shit. Upon further, I was getting into metal music at the time, and I felt I stumbled across One-Eyed Willie's Treasure Map. I had to have this CD.
Nice Goonies reference.
I found my manager and asked her what she would price it for. She said the same as the rest of the CDs, 50p. Pounds, maybe? I guess, or maybe not pounds. That'd be expensive as fuck. Maybe that's like.
Oh.
Maybe that's like quid or something. I don't fucking know. Whatever the equivalent of
Harry fucking Potter. I don't know.
What are British cents? Like, what are their like? Like, whatever that is. But like 50 cents, basically, we'll say, because it's gonna be some bullshit.
Yeah. I just made a duck sound.
I was ecstatic. I asked her if I could buy it for myself, but she said no. She said it had to be registered and shelved properly. I asked if I could do that, but there was this bullshit system we had to follow. I knew the CD was going to be lost in the chaotic Narnia that was our stock room, and I couldn't let that happen. We had thousands of different bags to go through first before that. So I left it in the bag that I found it in just as I was about to leave to go home. I made sure the back was empty, and I put it back in my bag with me and took it home. The next week I was there, I put all the change I had in my pocket in the little donation thing to make up for being so trashy to steal from a charity shop. But come on, I was 14. I just entered my metalhead life, and it was a fucking signed Papa Roach CD. I've never told anyone the story before. To this day, I still have it. My precious. Man, you were 14 getting into Papa Roach in the year 2014? That's wild. I'm not saying you can't get into like older music, but that's just wild. That would be like a 14-year-old now being like, man, I'm really into this hybrid theory stuff. You know, like oh God. I mean, okay, more power to you, I guess. Like
this flyleaf.
I really love myself some edema.
Oh, like
Shut up.
30 seconds to Mars.
Oh my God, 30 seconds to Mars. Holy shit.
Did I ever tell you about the time that I smoked a cigarette with Gavin DeGraw?
Oh my, what? No.
He used to own this bar in the Village. I forgot the name of it. And I used to go see shows there every once in a while in my college years. And I didn't think he would actually be there, right? So I happened to be outside, and I had to, like, pretend I didn't recognize. But I'm not, like, a huge Gavin DeGraw fan. I just recognized him.
Yeah.
And I just like was like awkwardly like, can I have a bum of cigarette? And so that's the whole story. I smoked a cigarette with Gavin DeGraw. And if you're listening to this, Gavin DeGraw, you won't remember that.
But I do.
But I do.
God.
Trying to think if I've done anything cool with any like musicians. Okay, this isn't the same, but for my 16th birthday, I went, like, my dad took me out to, like, we were going to see a movie and we were going to get food, but he wanted to go to this bar that he liked to get, like, food at or whatever, right? But when we were there, the Bengals appeared, which, if you don't know who the Bengals are, that's the cheerleading team for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Gross.
Oh my God.
And my dad insisted on telling them that it was my birthday, so they would come over and they gave me a calendar and signed it. And that's probably also at my dad's house.
God.
Ugh.
Oh my God.
Trying to think if there's any other. I mean, like I met the dude from Seether. He's a big dude.
I met Chris Rowe when he did a benefit for the burn unit in because my hometown has like a huge like well-respected like burn unit. They're like the #1 in the South or some shit like that, you know, like
Yeah.
So he was doing a benefit for like children who were in the burn unit there, and he did like an all acoustic set because the rest of the band wasn't there, but that was pretty cool talking to him about that.
I did meet Breaking Benjamin at the band. Talked to them for a little bit.
Just the one guy.
Just the one guy.
The one guy.
I met Benjamin.
I met Benjamin.
Call him Ben. Real fans call him Ben. Breaking Ben.
Breaking Ben.
Oh, I'm trying to think of any other ones that like I've met. I feel like I've been to like I used to go to concerts quite a bit when I
Yeah,
was like
same.
younger, but like I haven't been to a concert in fucking forever. God, like like who's that fucking what was that band? Would you call them like what would you call them? Like pop emo? The fucking when I was a young boy. My father. Fucking,
That's My Chemical
My
Romance.
yeah.
Romance.
Would that be? Was that like pop emo?
I don't know what to call them, but I'm over it.
Yeah.
Cause like I feel that's another one that pops up on TikTok. Is like every time anybody talks about like my emo phase, they never actually listen to any like emo music. It's always like. Wouldn't it be like a perfect circle? Wouldn't that be like some emo music or some shit like, you know, like, or like the Mars Volta? And then you're getting into some like emo music, like some weird shit. Not like the most like poppy fucking, yeah, anyway. We've had a dog encroaching on us this entire time.
Yeah.
So.
He's driving me absolutely insane.
Perfect. Leave him alone.
You come wipe his eye boogie.
Yeah.
I will. I love him.
You hear that? Sushi loves you. He's like, whatever.
Yeah, when we gonna do this fabled triple live show in person?
Triple live show.
Yeah, where like the three of us all crowd
In the
around
same
one
room
microphone.
for once? Wow.
Yeah, when's that gonna happen? When's the triple live show?
When the panini stops.
Yeah, when the panini's less paninian.
Yeah.
Remember when we were like, let's go to New Orleans in October? Yeah. I'll give
Yeah.
a ton of time. No fucking COVID will be over. Okay.
Aren't they underwater too now?
Yeah,
too?
they literally
Yep.
they literally had a hurricane.
God. So I'm not sure how it's gonna be after editing. I'll find out. But this might have been the first week. I'm not sure. I could, we'll know if I'm wrong after I say this. But this might be the first week where the minisode is a little bit longer than the full episode.
I mean, we can keep talking if you want, but
I
I'm
mean,
getting hungry.
it's best to not push things past where they need to end.
Where they
we don't
naturally
want to jump
fall.
the shark, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we do a good job of ending it where it ends naturally, and if we end up rambling, then we ramble and whatever, but like, we end it pretty naturally. I still got some editing to do, so we'll find out. It will be funny, though, to have a mini-sode that's longer than the full episode, but sometimes these things happen. Sometimes Sushie brings up a topic that's so good on the mini-sode that we talk about space and the fucking Bering Trench and timelines for like 35 minutes
Way
straight.
too long. And then Sam is like, I fucking hate them.
So if you haven't listened to the minisode, go back and listen to that.
Oh, yeah.
If you have not already, check us out. Come talk to us. Talk to us in the gilded.gg/ everyone sucks here. You know, we talk when we can. We all obviously all have things going on, but you know, we all have. Oh! That was dog knocking something over, and I tried to catch it and I wasn't able to. So you guys get to hear that little freak out. Anyway,
Okay,
I'm gonna have to end this because he's knocking stuff over. So
You want attention? All right.
yeah, gilded.gg/ everyone sucks here. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.